Howell. This is the Deltahead stream. Starting a little bit late tonight. Sorry about that. I got in a little bit late from a run and had to get ungrossed to be presentable. So hi, it's good to see everyone. I am pulling up chat right now. And there we go. Great. So, yeah, this is the final part of Fatal Frame. It is 10/6/2020 in the year of our Lord, oh God. And oh God is an exclamation, as in help us, please. Yeah, so reading for this week has been a little bit better than last week. Got more of this done. I think I'm about one story away from the end. All very good and highly recommended. Started reading this, Arnold Toynbee's Experiences, which is kind of a it's an autobiographical. It's an autobiography. It's an autobiography. That's what we're going to say. And it's kind of cool because a lot of autobiographies like to start with some sort of preface or ease into the subject matter to kind of say, hey, put an arm up on the bar. Let me tell you about who I am and why you should care. Arnold Toynbee just starts writing, so yeah, this is what happened when I went to school when I was a kid. And no bother to introduce, just launches right into it. And I find it's very, very refreshing to do away with the, formalities of trying to pretend like he and I don't know why we're here. And there was a thing. I have never read Gibbon's Rise and Fall of the Roman Empire, but there's an anecdote he tells from that which is pretty neat. How the blindly ambitious senator Didius Iulianus spent his huge fortune on buying the imperial office from the Praetorian guards who had just murdered the previous incumbent. So, guards who were the basically secret service of a senatorial office murdered the senator in a plot. But this guy, Didius Iulianus, decides, you know what, I think I'd like that job, so he buys the office. The story moves swiftly to its inevitable end. The newly inaugurated emperor had only just time to eat the dinner that had been prepared for his predecessor. The food was still hot before he was murdered in his turn, which is just fantastic, because that's basically like, it's almost like a Trump cabinet member, right? Somebody gets fired, the next person shows up, they barely have time to eat the meal that's still hot that was prepared for the person who was there, and then they get axed and the next one comes in. And it's very darkly comic. Evening Time Zombie, it's good to see you. Yeah, deathbed confession style autobiography, or just somebody who's writing an autobiographically as it's an act of, I don't know, not contrition but self-hatred, right? But yeah, Toynbee, he's good. I actually am going to start picking up some of his historical work again. I did finally start making headway in Conroy's Losing Season, which is very charming. I really like his description of playing high school sports in South Carolina, because I also played high school sports in South Carolina, varsity, for my school, and it's really cool listening to, reading him describing playing different towns in South Carolina where I also played, and him getting scouted for colleges that are very familiar to me around the area from places that I toured when I was looking at going into school. And this, The Revenant, read yet another one of the accounts. They're, I don't know, man, 19th century prose. You got to be in a mood for it, because it's meandering. It likes to adorn its central topic with digressions that kind of seem ornamental rather than interesting. And I'm not talking about the Herodotus style digressions that are just like, he'll be telling you a story, then he'll get on the topic of a snake, and he'll be like really into that snake, and he'll tell you a lot about it. And it's really cool because you're like, hell yeah, man, that snake. And you're into it. Then he goes back to his story. In 19th century writing, digressions aren't really like that at all. They're just like talking about manners and stuff. And also, apparently, a nickname for a deadly grizzly bear who was absolutely going to kill you was Mr. Bruin. and it seems like a very very highfalutin city folk writing term for a large ursid that is climbing a tree to kill you. A number of 19th century authors who were paid by the word. Yeah, I mean, if you were writing for periodicals, that makes perfect good sense. Dickens' digressions. Actually, I think that Dickens, that's often a criticism leveled at him for one of the reasons why his books are so long. And it's fair. I used to have a lot of trouble sitting through one of his books. But as I've gotten older, I've come to appreciate that I think what makes him good is his digressions. His digressions have a maturity and an interest that grows the older you get as a reader, I find. So I'm kind of coming to appreciate what makes him work as a great 19th century author. I think he was 19th century. I'm pretty sure he was 19th century. Anyway, so that's The Revenant, and also selections out of Jorge Luis. I always forget which order that comes in. Borges. Imaginary Creatures, which is a great part invention and also part encyclopedia of different creatures and fabulous beasts from around the world. There's one about the hare and the moon. There's one, a king of fire and his steed. Let's see. The panther, definitely a fabulous being. The Chinese phoenix, the salamander, the Zaratan, things I don't even know about, which makes this very exciting to read, and I love it. So, that brings us to 7 minutes in. I think that's a pretty good time to jump in and see if we can get scared on the last chapter of Fatal Frame 1. Oh, excellent. Well, I'm sorry that the Shogi server is down. It's good that it's for maintenance and not because of having been, pulled down by script kiddies or something. And I'm also glad you're here. It's been a while. Let's see. There's a controller. I've also been thinking about which game to fire up after this one. It's going to be a Fatal Frame game, and I was kind of waffling back and forth on whether or not we were going to do Fatal Frame 2 or Fatal Frame 4. And there are going to be some challenges to streaming Fatal Frame 4 smoothly and engagingly, because a lot of it depends upon a lot of reading and notebooks and things like that. But I think I've got a plan, and I also think doing Fatal Frame 4 is going to be a little more of an interesting trip, because not many people have seen it. And it's also a Suda51 game, and that I'm seeing some correspondence between that game and some of the other games in his Kill the Past series that's worth taking a look at, I think. Excuse me. So, let's turn this over. Yep. Oh, falling over. Okay. One of these days I'm going to get a TV with a remote control. And that closes that. I was thinking, a game that would satisfy a number of different needs that I have would be some sort of combination of Fatal Frame and Jurassic Park, whereby it's like Jurassic Park, all the dinosaurs are dead, but the dinosaurs are ghosts, right? Dinosaurs are ghosts, and you can only defeat them by taking photographs of them, and I mean, honestly, if you need more of a pitch than ghost dinosaurs, I don't know what to tell you. Are you human? What's wrong with you? So that's where I live. Excellent. Let me turn up the volume on this, because there. In space, no one can hear you scream, but in an apartment complex, your neighbors will definitely inform you when they can. Okay. Let's see. Calamity, right. So we're in the last chapter. We have just defeated the priests who guarded this shrine that is in an outhouse, kind of. I say outhouse, and that has such an unfortunate connotation in terms, like, specifically a place where you do your business. I mean that in the broadest possible sense, that includes like a shed or annex. Because I'm sure that the religious significance of this building precluded what you do in an outhouse. Anyway, yeah, it's this sort of annex building that's got a shrine in it. I had to defeat these 4 priests and release the locks, and I think that's where we are. That's what we've got to figure out. I finished Fatal Frame 4 last night, and it's good. It's good. It's different, but good. Let's see. Now if I can get my fingers used again to... This is actually really interesting. I noticed that when she pulls up her hands, I'm not seeing the camera form except as this sort of like transparency in front of her face once her hands are up. That's interesting. Okay. So I think I was on my way to this temple to see if there was anything there that that I could use. All right. Probably a more demonic thing you can do to yourself, besides playing 2 action games that have roughly the same control scheme, is to play 2 different entries in the same series simultaneously that have slightly different control conventions, so you've still got the same UI cues and everything like that telling your brain to tell your fingers what to do, and it's all wrong. Let's see. Okay, 24. What's my film looking like here? Okay, we're actually doing pretty good on film. Something I am appreciating is how I'm uh-oh. Here we go. We got ghosts. No, okay. Gotcha. I am appreciating how this game doesn't really have load screens. It loads at the very beginning, but going from room to room, there's sometimes a pause as your character puts her hand on the doorknob, but you really... Oh. Beyond that, you really don't have a whole lot of delay. Thank you. Is there anything over here? In fact, there is not. Okay. I hear a lot of static in there, and I don't like that. And I also don't think there's anything in there. So So we are just going to skedaddle back to the Shrine Annex and see if there's anything else there that we can find. I did learn that one of the reasons why Fatal Frame 4 has not come to the States is apparently, unlike the other games, which are still owned by Tecmo, the distribution rights are owned by Tecmo, the distribution on Fatal Frame 4 actually belongs to Nintendo. And they, I don't like that blood spot, and they continue to not bring it over for reasons of their own. I know that like one of the reasons why a lot of Suda's older games tend not to come over, the explanation that I've read is that they would be too hard for a Western audience to understand, and I think I can get where he's coming from on that, because a lot of his more esoteric concepts seem drawn from Buddhism. Oh God. Alright. I don't know where you are, but I don't... Oh God, you're on the ground. Yeah. Oh God! I didn't know she could move. Damn it. No, 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 don't turn around. Okay. Whew. Oh, wow. That's a great shot. But I wonder why it sort of put her on the background of just kind of this nowhere space. Yeah, Moonlight Syndrome. And actually, that was a game that I was thinking of specifically in light of Fatal Frame 4, because one of the things that Fatal Frame 4 does is it uses the moon as a recurring motif, just the same way that, like, sure, Moonlight Syndrome does based on the name, the way Killer 7 does. What's the one with Mondo, Zappa? Killer is Dead. Games like that, it's like a recurring thing that he does, and the horror in Fatal Frame 4 and the ritual is much more embedded in sort of Buddhist abstractions than Fatal Frame 1 and 2, which are fairly straightforward and less abstruse. You just have the understanding that there's this mechanical thing that people did wrong, and therefore bad things happened. And there is that element in Fatal Frame 4, but it's bound to a lot of abstractions that this one is not. All right. What the hell am I doing? Okay, that's not it. Okay, so I have to find something and put in the middle there using my video game detection skills. I don't know where that might be. So I went there to defeat one of the priests. It is strange to me, now that I think about it, that these tombstones and monuments to people who died during the failed ritual exist, when my understanding was the universe's retribution on the ritual members was pretty swift, and I don't know how they would have found time to create these little rock piles in ceremony. I guess they've got a janitor whose contract makes him immune to any and all spiritual calamities. Even the Himuro Mansion has its scruffy. Alright, something new. Spots of something red like blood run along the wood hallway. Thanks, I hate it. We're just gonna... No, 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 no! What? Ah, damn it. Alright, you know what? We're gonna... I would like to be around this ghost for as little as possible. Ah! Yes! Oh man, I find that cicada-like chanting very distressing. Yeah, there was one day when I found out that video games had seeped into my unconscious a little more than I'd expected, because there came a point where, you know, if I like stubbed my toe or ran into a door or something, I would emit a sound like ugh, and I'm like, it doesn't merit an impact noise. I don't know why that's become a habit. And to my credit, at least, the impact sound effects are like and not. There was a box that jiggled, Christmas present shaking itself, and I would like to have access to it, please. I agree, the last ghost did have a strange death groan. Very dramatic. Okay. Let's go and get our film back. Also heal up. I can't, because I am out of health items. Fantastic. Yeah, why not? Just do a quick backup save on the second memory card. My best death by photography, Death Groan. And the final death rattle is, you know, as the picture spirals and then winks out of existence. I have a strong feeling that my actual death sound will probably be something more like, what? And that'll be it. That's the last that was heard from Jay Howell. Okay, this seems like dead end. Luckily, ghosts don't soil themselves after death, so I don't have to work that into the death grunt. Well, I mean, fortunately, you know, you're no longer around at that point, so you are spared the humiliation of your body doing what it must after it expires. Although, oh God. No! Oh, I hate you. I hate you. I hate it all. It's a head. Oh God, that's nightmarish. That's actually more frightening than a full-bodied ghost. Evening, Space Hamlet. It's good to see you. Yes, it is truly October. Also at the recommendation of more than one person in stream chat, I have rented Qui-Gon for the week's viewing, which is a collection of Japanese horror films or horror stories in a single film. I hate it. Oh, I love that. Thank you. Oh yes, Mia's hypothetical voice actor. Well, would that it were only hypothetical. Death grunts would be fun. Although I imagine that actual VOs who have to spend like the last 30 or 45 minutes in a booth doing death grunts would argue otherwise. Oh great, the blood trail goes here. Yes, every month is October in this stream. Oh my. So, let's just put that in the old shoot box. Ah! Hey, buddy. Okay. I think I might need to use some big guns on this. Bonus function. That's it. Paralyzed seems pretty good. No. Okay. I've got 3 spirit stones, and that might be really wise to use, because I've got, like, no health. Green room. Was that a recent release? That sounds familiar. Yes, absolutely want to widen that capture circle. Okay. Ooh, that was good. Ah! What? Oh, come on. Oh, wow. Holy cow, that was brutal. Yeah, they, this doesn't seem like quite the game that you would expect a ghost to combo you, but here we are. And I mean that's a perfectly good point, Space Hamlet. It does seem that since this is a you know, feudal era mansion, that someone would have a sword. All right, am I gonna have to fight old headless horseman here again? No, he was just a random encounter. But I do want this stone mirror, because that could have saved my bacon. Oh god! Stop, 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 stop! Oh. This is such a bad place to be attacked with a ghost with this kind of pattern. Because he's hiding in the walls. And I'm running away. Or am I? Alright, little ghost was scared off by forthcoming bigger ghost. I like the effect that that has on the little camera logo down there. Okay, you get a... I might need bigger guns for this one. Yeah, back off, Buster. Ah. Oh man, I'm really glad I didn't end that up close, because that would really suck if he took me with him. Ooh, yeah. I wonder if it belongs to that ghost. Well, I assume that since he dropped it, it does. I think that is a safe assumption. Actually, this is interesting. I noticed many of these kind of hanging models of shrines. Oh wow, his ghost, like Takamine and the others, his ghost, after being a malicious one, then takes up residence as a passive environmental ghost. I think that's a cool progression. I like that idea of a boss or a powerful enemy then becoming an inert presence in the background. Like you haven't really destroyed them, you've just taken away their most aggressive power. They still exist. You know, if in their active phase they were a circle, they have contracted down to a point, but that point still persists, and that's really cool. But yeah, I'm not really sure what these kinds of hanging altars are in sort of like Japanese domestic architecture, whether it's like a comparable to like a hearth god or something like that. I mean, not a god, obviously, but something equivalent. Um, because they're all over the place in Fatal Frame 4 as well. Healing item? Nope. Healing item? Nope. Man. Tough mansion. Oh, hello, healing items. Well, better. Still gonna save that. And I'm also going to run away from every single ghost I encounter. Alright, Headless Horseman is gone. No more Hessian mercenaries. It's a good time to save. All in all, I think that fight went pretty well. My only regret is that I did get nabbed by the head, but I think this is still a salvageable version of reality that Miku can see through to the end. Although, yeah, we switched back. Evening, Hobgoblin. It's good to see you. I always remember that A in between the B and the G in your name. No, 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 no! I want nothing to do with you! Absolutely screw off. Alright. Ghosts are dumb. Ooh.
Down here?
I mean, Miku's bolder than I would be, but at the same time, when you're this far in, why not, right? Oh, I bet that's the first Shrine Maiden. Rage quit this game earlier today. Oh, the samurai ghost with the Oni mask in the room with the giant Buddha statues. The one where you have to do, like, you have to put the ropes on the statues in the right order. Yeah, that one killed me. Like, I've only died, I think, 3 times during this stream playthrough, and I think he might have accounted for at least one of them. And yeah, everyone appreciates their name being pronounced correctly. Oh, it's a worthwhile attention to play. It's a worthwhile detail to pay attention to, and I mean, yeah, why not pilfer the shrine of a clearly venerated mummy? That seems like a fantastic idea in this environment. Oh, damn it. Oh, come on, man.
No, Kitty.
Come on, kiddo. Time to pull out all the stops and go 4 miles an hour. Interesting. Stop me. It's like, I guess that kid might be part of Kyrie. Maybe a good portion that was set aside. That's interesting. If that kid is the good part of Kyrie, and the other part is the cursed part, it's almost kind of an Alessa Cheryl thing happening, like in Silent Hill when Alessa got out of Dahlia's control, she split her soul into 2, and one of them she cast into Cheryl for her innocence, and it's kind of a similar idea here. That's interesting. I am also almost out of healing wares. I have got a sacred water and a stone mirror, and that's about it. I am concerned. Final night. She helped me, but that whole, like, eye-filling pupil business still really freaks me out, and I don't like it. Did I play the Kodo? Oh, Amiku has the same question. Yeah, I realize that in Fatal Frame 4 you can purchase items at the save lamps. And I am feeling downright spoiled by that right now. Japanese harp. Oh, man. Whoa! She's like just trucking it. And I'm not used to that. Interesting. Oh, spying. I totally know something is going to jump in front of my vision here. Oh, it's you. A PSVR fatal frame. Oh, finally. Get to capture that jerk. Yeah, I would just, I would rather just be punched straight in the face. That's if I have to make a choice between the two. I think the damage will be, will not be as long lasting. Alright, I hear the static. Ah. Ooh, that's creepy. Yeah, no, you're right, Dreambomb. You do wind up getting familiar with some of them, especially the ones that attack you most frequently. Um, it's weird. It's like the bosses don't really become the face of the game, literally. The low-level creatures, and I think this is maybe true across a lot of games. You know, like the slime is sort of the token animal from Dragon Quest because it's one of the ones that people remember the most, even more than the dragons. Oh, thank God. All right, I lasted to the end of the chapter and my health got refilled. Also, I need to upgrade this camera. Yeah, let's go for balance. I can go for both. Yes, they are like terrible neighbors. The kind that passively effervesce through your home. Come on, Nico, this didn't turn out well last time. Okay. All right, just your standard non-haunted surveillance hole. Ooh. I like that camera work. Just gonna enjoy this one more time. Oh. Now that in PSVR would make you super sick. Oh, cool. Weird, there was a save point up in the rafters when I was fighting that guy. I wonder if this is considered the same room. or if this is a different room with the bottom part just kind of sketched in broad strokes. In other words, I wonder if all this stuff was up here the whole time when I was playing before, in the previous chapter. Getting vibration in the controller here. And I'm not sure what it's in response to. I do see an item down there twinkling, so probably the same room? Ooh. Man. Taking a picture of a ghost that's invisible, and then you find out it's looking straight at the camera, and that you did not catch it in a candid ghost moment, and that it was kind of in control of the situation the whole time, just choosing not to act. It's a very creepy, creepy thing. RE7 in VR was fantastic. I streamed that a couple of months ago, actually maybe 4 months ago. It was before I had an adequate stream setup, when the audio was absolutely blown out and the picture low quality. But that would be fun to stream again. Ooh, this is new. Oh hey, it's my helper. Painting with frightful colors. Could it mean something? It is very strange that there are two paintings on either side of the cage and then a mirror on the other. It's almost like blinders or something. Different kinds of ritualistic containment. Today is the day I get to walk outside. I was walking in the mansion's atrium when he suddenly appeared from out of the guest room. It's the first time I've talked to an outsider since I came here. It was so much fun. This spells disaster. He came to see me. He let me out of the room, and we went outside. He taught me the names of all the flowers. Everything about this is so new to me. My face got hot again today, but I didn't want to hide this time. He came to see me again today. The chief priest said we mustn't go out into the garden, so we stayed in the room and talked. Told me many interesting things about the outside world. Kyrie has a crush. I walked in the garden with him today. How beautiful the cherry blossoms are. Taught me so much. Love in the time of Ghost and Obscura. That's right. Yeah. Excuse me. The strangling ritual will be held soon. I mean, you know, standard switching between topics in your diary. Getting a crush on the new kid, the strangling ritual. It's all part of being in high school. will be held soon. The master and the priests are performing their ablutions, and it looks like the whole family has gathered here at the mansion for the ritual. I can only imagine that this is what Kyrie has to offer for conversation when the fellows out there teaching her the names of flowers, which might make for a kind of a whiplash conversation. So the whole family, the mansion is usually so lonely, but today it's bustling with life. The priest was staring at me. He looked so sad. I'm the rope shrine maiden. How can I perform my duty feeling the way I do? Okay, so Kyrie fell in love and therefore had desire for the world and was no longer a pure sacrifice. True joy of living. And as we know from the other entries, the fella got taken away from the mansion and axed by the priests. Okay, that was sobbing so gently in my left ear that it actually made me turn. Kyrie and Mafuyu. Yeah, that's right. Mafuyu just happens to look exactly like the fella she fell in love with when the strangling the strangling ritual. No, the strangling ritual. That's the second game. When the ritual from this game failed. While I was looking out the window today, I saw somebody walking in the garden. He didn't notice me, just walking around leisurely, gazing at the trees and hills. I saw him again today, walking in the garden. He saw me once, waved to me, don't know why, but my face got so hot, I ducked out of sight, told the chief priest, terribly surprised, don't look out the window again. Yep, we're not dealing with that. Goodbye. Oh, no, 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 which... Go, 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 go! Whew. Alright. Thank God. No, I don't know. Developing a crush on someone you've spoken exactly 2 words to and feeling like the entire world is going to end and your family hates you. Sounds like a pretty standard teenage experience to me. Truly, in high school, we were all Kyrie. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna save after all that, in case I die. Oof. Okay. No more access to that save point. Forward we go. Oh, right. The mummy room. This game makes me wish more than ever that if my soul is somehow stuck to this world, I'd much rather become a skeleton than a ghost. That's, I mean, not a bad preference. That's defensible. Oh, recess. No, not yet. Let's see what this is. Oh, I like that. All the sacred water I can get. Of course, there's a save point down here. This is a... Okay, so the other cameras in the mansion I can kind of expect. This one's a little immersion breaking. Not that I'm gonna say no. Yeah, skeletons versus ghosts are interesting because ghosts, I've got a pretty good intuition about what a ghost's deal is, right? It's somebody who's got an attachment to a place or a lingering strong emotion that happens to be sort of locational, and you know that there's that whole business. The skeleton, I don't really understand what's happening there. Skeletons feel like they feel weirdly rational creatures rather than emotional, and they are beasts beyond my my understanding. Yeah, sure, skeletons can be beasts. Well, that's interesting. I know many people pronounce it skeleton, but just dialectically, the way it comes out of my mouth is skeleton. Skeleton. That T kind of gets swallowed there. So before I open this door, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to grab some water. I've got to tell you, if you happen to have sore feet after running, one of these little things, putting it directly under your foot and putting pressure down on it, does wonders. Let's see. Okay. I gotta tell you, there's very little that's creepier than natural objects that have been sanctified. Haven't run in ages? Yeah, yeah, running is good. I've recently picked it back up. I stopped running after college, um, and never got back into it, but it has been a great thing to come back to. All right. What is all this collapsed junk? And where am I on my map? Oh! Okay, so this is the other side of the passage that was blocked. Hell Bridge. Oh, this guy. I've got to imagine as Miku sees all the shadows of the. Oh, nope, no, 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 no. There we go. Yeah, as Miku sees the shadows of all the priests and family heads that she has just defeated with the camera, I don't know. Kind of imagine she would have a smug, y'all ain't nothing feel. I mean, I know that I would chest thump if I were in the presence of, you know, an entire clan whose spiritual residue I had cleaned up. You're welcome. The name of the foot rolly ball thing. Lacrosse balls will work. Balls of different sizes. This is called. Let me see it up here. Meltmethod.com is what it's called. So, and it's a very hard rubber substance, but it's more. It's got more give than like a lacrosse ball or something. But it's not soft like a cat toy. Dear Miku, I know it's weird, but I see you sometimes here in the mansion. I run after you, but I always end up losing sight of you. There must be some kind of warp in time here now. We'll probably never be able to find each other. Were you worried about me? Is that why you came? I hope you get this note. I need you to help me. The force behind the curse of Himuro Mansion is a woman named Kyrie. She was sacrificed in a ritual, and her sad spirit was exposed to the malice that spilled out of hell when the calamity happened. I like how Mafuyu just assumes that if Miku is here reading this, she likewise has gone through the entire trouble of dealing with all the bullshit of this mansion and knows exactly what all of these terms mean. It's also interesting that it does imply that Mafuyu has gone through his own version of this, except without the camera obscura, interestingly. Now she's a miserable creature that taints everything she comes in contact with. Apparently I remind her of the man she was in love with. I somehow just knew that when she touched me. I plan on going to see her now. If I don't, this mansion will keep right on claiming the victims. Mic clipping issue never fully resolved. Is my mic is the audio over the camera clipping and getting a little um, kind of like blowing out the audio a little bit? Ah, I see. Let me sit back a little bit from it. I think that'll probably clear it up. Kyrie laments her ill-fated life, but at the same time, she also regrets not having been able to fulfill her duty as the Shrine Maiden. I saw the image of Kyrie as a child. She was looking for somebody to help her other tortured self. Okay, so yeah, this is a sort of Cheryl Alessa splitting of the self into an innocent who finds somebody outside the scenario to come help and free the tortured adult traumatized version. And thank you, Space Amulet. I know that I adjusted the audio so that I could comfortably sit further away from the microphone without and it also be sensitive enough to pick up my voice, but my spatial habits, because I lean forward when I play more, it tends to well, run into that. So that's good to be aware of. Kyrie is like a person divided in two. Miku, I want you to help Kyrie if you can. You have to seal off the Hell Gate with the Holy Mirror. Let's see. How many mirror pieces do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, got 4. Oh, great. The room where it happened. Evening Arc. A limiter on my mic output. Yeah, you know what? I need to look into how to do that. Thank you, Viper. Actually, having somebody sensitive to the audio and also an audio engineer in chat is a good combination. How are you, Arc?
Stop.
Oh, jeez.
No. No.
Oh God, what is that? Whatever it is, I am loading up on better film. Yeah, that's a nightmare. That's, I mean, if Miku wasn't traumatized already, here you go. Here's a 5-fold dismemberment. What? No, 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 no! You do not teleport! Oh, it's... This lady on the floor. Oh, this is just a regular ghost. Oh, man. So, this is like a standard ghost that's been showing up. And I guess these are the ghosts of other shrine maidens in the past who have been dismembered through the rope ritual, and their ghosts apparently continue to haunt the mansion. Which, I mean, geez, you figure that if you had to go through all the trouble of being that kind of sacrifice, you'd at least have earned a little bit of peace in the afterlife. But no, you are still part of the game. Yeah, I was expecting some sort of boss too. I see something kind of warbling, or warping, rather, up there. Sixth Vengeance. Wow. That's a hell of a name. You know, I know that in a lot of games they, color blood red regardless of how fresh it is. But in this case, because a lot of the past sort of like traumas to the house are being sort of reenacted, it actually winds up making sense that that it would still appear fresh instead of like brown or, dried or whatever. Which side did I come in from? Interesting use of repeating instances of the number 5 in this game. 5 priests running the ritual, 5 pieces of the mirror, a pentagonal room. Typically typically a pentagon that you're solving puzzle on. I know 5 is one of them numbers. So it appears they are tapping into that. And I'm glad you were able to make the stream. Oh, this is just like the hallway in the entry. We finished up Evil Within on Saturday and are going to start Evil Within 2 this Saturday coming. Ah! Oh, come on now. You're supposed to disappear and appear behind me. No! That one is a lot more aggressive. Oh, thank God. Finally captured it. Yeah. I've got like 2 HP left. There we go. Just wanted to stop the panting sound effect. Okay. That's weird. There's a whole section that has nothing in it. She possessed spiritual powers and gave the camera to Miku. So I think that Miyuki Hinasaki, I think that she was a descendant or some sort of survivor of the mansion. I think there's a sort of circular nature to their family's destiny. I remember inferring that from some evidence, but I don't remember what. Munakata killed by the mansion's ghosts. Yai, she hung herself. Mikoto Munakata. Or Munakata. I don't remember what happened to her, and her fate is not specified. Interesting that they don't go into a lot of the details of the ancillary family members, so they don't really build a lot of the lore up that way. I actually think this is a lot cleaner. Section for you, the player, fate cursed. That's right. Oh man, these ropes hanging down are creepy, and I do not like that camera angle. No, sir. I've been thinking about the camera Mom left us. Man, Mafuyu is showing just like a ton of confidence in Miku, not dropping all this information at once and leaving it scattered around. I know it was Mom's and she left it to us when she died, but it used to belong to Grandma Mikoto. They say it was the only thing Grandma brought with her when she was adopted by the Hinasaki family. Okay, Mikoto, there you go. In some documents I found here in the mansion, there were notes about a little girl named Mikoto, the same name as our grandmother, finding a camera with an uncanny power. And then I found out that Mikoto's mother, the folklorist's wife, died in the very same way Mom did. Mom was no match for the ghostly power of that camera. It drove her mad and she had to leave this world. Okay, so when Miku saw Yae hanging herself, she was actually getting a flashback of finding her mom who did the same. So there's kind of a circular fate within the family, kind of a doomed destiny there. Now, if that camera is the same one Mikoto's mother had, anyway, I don't know all the specifics, but I'm pretty sure the camera is strongly connected to the curse on this mansion. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, so that's also interesting because in a lot of horror, the adopted child is often a source of suspicion and kind of a changeling or foundling archetype. And that kind of is here in the background too, with Mikoto having been adopted into the Hinasaki family. Even though she herself does not appear to have been a source of evil. But has in fact brought this sort of cursed scenario into the Hinasaki family. Whew. These are some cave teeth. That is a whole estate indeed. Oh, his mask changed. So, yeah, I remember one of the other documents stating that the mask reveals the person's true internal nature, and it seemed to be on the up and up. But in the first part of that cinematic, and then after that, it sort of had this more menacing grimace. That is also a lot more people than I thought were on the grounds here. And even though the Hellgate opening certainly did curse this place and make it, you know, not great, I think, but according to the story, it looks like the Hellgate opening didn't actually kill everyone. I think the master himself went around and slaughtered them. The Creation of the Sands in Prince of Persia? No, I actually haven't played that game. The last Prince of Persia game I played was the original one and the NES port. I'm a little out of touch with that series.
Mafuyu.
Miku.
We'll always be together.
Oh, that's bad. Okay, time to pull out the big film guns here. Been saving this Magnum for the whole damn game. Let's use it. And is there anything else? But I still want that, I think. Ah, damn it. Oh, no, 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 I missed! In my defense, the controls suddenly got really, really slippery there. Ah, what? Oh no. All right. That's cool.
It's the last piece of the mirror.
No, 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 no! Oh, you're kidding me. Oh no, do I have to do that all over again? Oh man, I thought I was gonna go around and strafe, and I also, damn. Alright. You're right, Satan dies tonight. Thank you, Time Zombie. Posterity thanks you. Yeah, there's this moment, I think midway through the fight, when like the entire environment starts to kind of shake And, okay, I'm just going to skip through all the cutscenes. And, ice this ghost that shows up. There's no reason not to use that. But yeah, when the cave shakes, the controls on the camera suddenly get really sensitive. And as you saw, I overshot it to the right, then overshot it to the left, and then finally hit something on center. And it's interesting how they change the function of the different film types in this game as opposed to the others. I'm pretty sure they have different strengths in terms of the amount of damage that they do, but the higher film types also have more runes filled up, so you don't have to charge it as quickly. All the cool parts will be deleted. Yeah, I know. At one point, made an effort to go through and that's kind of... Oh, nope, don't do that. At one point meant to go through each stream and find interesting bits to set aside, but just the time... I think that if I were a full-time streamer and this were my job, maybe I would have more time to do that, but unfortunately, that is not the case. Oh, no, 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 where are you? Yeah, if you manage to get past Kyrie, Pliskin definitely gives you a katana. And, you remember that Kyrie is the one who taught you how to fight in the first place, and you have a showdown with her. With your self-taught homebrew ninja style versus the samurai dual sword strategies of your mentor. Yeah, it is unfortunate. We're gonna see how this goes this time. It feels like I'm trying to think about what I could have done differently during the boss fight the first time through. And, like, I ran into Kyrie, and it drained all my health, and the stone mirror saved me. I think that the mirror shard is on the opposite side of her, so maybe I need to run through her? I'm not entirely sure. But, yeah, this is a long way to go back. And I'm actually going to do something very conservative here. Because I have a feeling, it's a gut sense, that I might need to make this trek one more time. And I don't want to do all this again. Salt and vinegar chips are fantastic. Oh, never mind, I can't do that. Salt and vinegar chips are fantastic. They're tasty, and they keep other people at a distance of at least 3 feet, which, as an introvert, I like. Yeah, don't. There's really nothing to be gained from going straight into hell. It's a surprisingly easy fight. Okay. Let's try this again. All right. Wait, no, it's over there? Oh, damn it. Great. Okay. This can still be salvaged. What's my health look like? Okay. I don't like this. No, 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 no! Okay. Oh, actually, going that way bought me some good time.
Matthew, thank goodness.
Suplexer. Rules of nature.
Don't forget your duty.
My duty is to keep this gate closed. Leave this gate to me. The rest of you, hurry and escape.
But what about you?
I must stop the calamity, or else it will happen again. Don't worry about me. You must go.
Matthew, come on.
Miku. I must stay.
What are you saying?
I think I can help her.
Buddy, do you have any idea the trouble I went through for you?
Miku. The whole time Kyrie was guiding me, I could hear her screaming. Screaming for help. As the Rope Shrine Maiden, she was destined to seal the gate. Yet she also wanted to be with the one she loved. But she couldn't have both, and was being torn apart by those two feelings, which resulted in the calamity. Her spirit was touched by the malice, and she became a creature that wanted to make others suffer as she had. Now free of the malice, she is about to fulfill her duty as the Rope Shrine Maiden. Her soul must remain here, keeping this gate sealed off for all eternity. All alone. Endless pain. As long as she is free of pain, as long as she is not left hopeless, I wish to be by her side. Miku.
Mafuyu. Look, their souls are all going back to where they belong.
Miku. I now realize why I was brought here. And I will accept this destiny of mine. Miku. Thank you for everything.
Ever since that day, I stopped seeing things that other people don't see.
Huh. I wonder if there's a way that can turn out differently. And yes, now this is where Miku escapes and takes down Umbrella. G-Virus actually stands for Ghost Virus. I always like little stylized typography like the underscore in between Takei's name. And I wonder who makes the call to make some of these names all uppercase and some lowercase. If that's a stylistic preference on behalf of the person credited, or just kind of what that is. Not M. Dominique Allen. Bianca Allen. Oh, the Allen kids. Robin Lucci Succi. Secret Suda Fatal Frame is... It's good, and I think it's what we're going to play next on this slot on the stream. Oh wow, that's a much smaller team than I was expecting. Alright. Battle mode. Yeah, I'm going to do Fatal Frame 4 next on this stream. I'm kind of torn between doing that and 2. I think 4 is going to take a particular kind of presentation. One of the things that is strange about the way that... Yeah, to stop this music. There we go. One of the things that is strange about its presentation is it does involve a lot of wandering around the environment, finding a file, picking it up, and then going to the text screen. I mean, that happens in Fatal Frame 1. But Fatal Frame 4 really relies on it, such that it actually breaks up the rhythm and interferes with the flow of the game, and it is a design flaw, I think. Um, so I'm kind of torn on whether or not to stream it for that purpose alone. It would, in order for it to be in order for it to be a good experience, I think it would need to be a lot of gameplay, setting aside time to read through the files, and then playing the game again. Alternatively, but in favor of Fatal Frame 2, it's probably going to be a smoother experience. People probably haven't played 4, so it's kind of a toss-up, and I'm divided on it. Let's see, what time is it? I actually don't have my phone on me, so I have no idea. It's 9:05. We've actually got about another hour. So, what I'm gonna do? So what I'm gonna do is, if I were gonna do Fatal Frame 4, I would need to set up the Wii and everything in here, which would kill the time that we have. So I am going to go ahead and throw in Fatal Frame 2. We're gonna go through the start of that and kind of see how that feels. There we go. Thank you, friend. You have been a good disc. And this is interesting. When you become familiar enough with a virtual space and you can kind of look at promotional or packaging shots, and you can identify where things are. Like this right here, I know that this spot is the pathway leading to that little outbuilding that has the movable shrine that takes me down to the final area. And I know that from spending so much time there, and that's a cool feeling. Oh, don't fall. Okay, good. Actually, this is probably a pretty good time to take a break, so give me 2 seconds, I'll be right back.